Friday the 1st of August, and here we are at Portrush Strand near the Arcadia, and there's the surf schools. This is tremendous. And I would say it's pretty nippy out there. This whole strand has changed from whenever.
It's only 16 degrees here.
16 degrees.
And windy.
And there's not an awful lot of people on the beach. Certainly building like sand castles or anything like that. Everybody's hunkering in behind the steps here. But plenty of youngsters being taught the skills of surfing. Let's carry on here. And here's more. And there's on round the coast. A lot of new apartments up here. And this is the East Strand, and Portrush Golf Club is in behind where the Open was held. I well remember these rocks going for wee dips whenever we came up to Portrush. These are the Skerries. And this is the Arcadia. All changed. All changed. And there's the steps.
Put the camera away.
Look at the bit of street art up there of a surfer. That's terrific. We're down in the sort of diamond area of Portrush, beside the Portrush Atlantic Hotel, and we're facing back onto the countryside centre, which is down here, and it is well worth going to see the countryside centre of the coastal zone. Beside this big block of flats. But there's a lovely garden here. In fact, this isn't the lovely garden I'm speaking about. It's actually over that hedge. You can get down into it, around it. I'm going to take a video of this here. It's a sculpture. The details of the sculpture, you can see that it's all been carved out. There's a prelate. There's a seabird looking like a gannet. This is a brick sculpture in Antrim Gardens in Portrush. Depicts aspects of the history of Portrush and the archaeological site of Antrim Gardens. The form of the piece is reminiscent of a watchtower or lighthouse with references to fortified monastic settlements. And the remains of a spiral staircase that were discovered by archaeologists on the site. Carved imagery spiralling round the piece includes references to people who came to this part of the north coast through history. In fact, my ancestors did. The MacLeans, the wild MacLeans, came to Ballycastle in 1650. And these include the Vikings, the Cistercian monks in a coracle or coracles, and the Spanish Armada and traders and clipper ships. Glazed blue panels are based on finds from the archaeological digs, such as shards of Roman and medieval pottery, a stone cross and a large fish skeleton. And this piece is by Eleanor Wheeler, May 2006. Let's see if I can pick up any more from the outlines here. I'd need somebody to point them out. Now there's a Viking longboat. That's very well done. And there's fish. There's, it looks like a yacht. Not too sure what the other sculptures are of. There's the Spanish Armada vessel, maybe the Girona. And this is where we are. And we've walked up out of Antrim Gardens, and we're past Trog's, the surf store, and there's a big vintage antique shop here. Kennedy and Wolfenden. And there's another vintage store, a wee bit downgrade in comparison. This is Portrush Main Street, or one of the main streets. Skateboard shop. A comic book shop. Gallery. That's quite nice. Like that. That's all changed in Portrush from the way I remember it. And there's a putt-putt. It's a long way from home. And this is my pie. And this is the famous White House. Still here, folks, in Portrush, with a restaurant upstairs, so that you can look down on everybody else. And we've just come up the street here, and this is the parish church, and this is the date on it, 1841. You can just see that. A beautiful looking frontage with those circular windows. Love old churches. Symmetrical. That's beautiful. I'd love to get into that sometime. And the place is very, very busy. We're talking to Vincent there. He loves old churches as well. Vincent is a sailor.